Yes, it's all guesswork.
Yeah.
It's all conjecture.
Yeah.
You know, he knows all the elements. He knows all the scientific work, but he can't tell you how the hell does it happen.
The origin as how it gets started.
He's not that deep.
But he can't tell you how the universe started either.
Yeah.
Big Bang.
Yeah. It just blew up into place.
I have the definition if you want it. So on Google, if you type in spontaneous combustion, it says spontaneous combustion or spontaneous ignition is a type of combustion which occurs by self-eating, followed by thermal runaway, which rapidly accelerates to high temperatures, and finally auto-ignition.
But where the thing came from to combust?
Right.
See, you keep asking questions. So, okay, fine. Let's go what you're saying. Big Bang Theory. Where did the thing came that caused the Big Bang?
Right.
What was that? You know what I mean?
So it doesn't matter what they say. It always has something deeper and something higher and higher and higher.
And that's because
Goes back to the most high. Right.
That's because it's not the truth.
God.
When you speak the truth, there is no, there's no more questions to be asked. It's just the truth.
God. And another thing that these people are doing out here, which is pissing me off, is not giving the Most High's credit when they're always talking about putting out there in the universe. What the hell does that mean, man? Yeah, in the universe. I put it out in the universe and now it comes to fruition. Bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Not giving the Most High his due, man. We always talk about giving the Most High his praise, right? This is Jeremiah 4:7. The lion has come up from his thicket, and the destroyer of the Gentiles is on his way. Because we were talking about our people that are trying to act like these other nations by putting out the law, statutes, and commandments and trying to be like these other nations. So in the Most High's eyes, they're like Gentiles, man. So they're going to be destroyed as well, along with these other Gentiles. The true Gentiles and the Israelite Gentiles, the 2/3 are going to get it, man. He has gone forth from his place to make thy land desolate, and thy city shall be laid waste without an inhabitant. And that's what's going to happen to Babylon the Great, right?
Yahushai, man. Right? So, he said the lion is coming out of the thicket. So if you watch the nature show, I see lions chilling. Some gazelles, eating their food. You know what I mean? And one says, yo, man, you got lions around, man. Nah, bro, eat your food, man. The lion come get closer. I said, bro, man, I smell a lion, man. Yo, eat your food, man. And dude, you know what? You know what I mean? So that's what's happening in this world, man. Because they were piping onto you. Right? Yeah. That guy's a mad, man. You know what I mean? So the lion's on the way, man. That's the Yahushai, man.
That's right.
They ain't playing with nobody.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. And you see how vicious a lion can get.
And lions don't give up.
Yeah.
They just keep going, man. It's your ass.
Yeah.
It's your.
I have a video on that. They simulated what he just talked about, but it's at a zoo. So they simulated the lion is in his cage, right? And there's a thing that opens up like this, right? So you could be standing there, mind your own business, cursing the lion, lazy lion, why don't you come out? Come out, lion. And then all of a sudden, the trap opens up and this lion comes out, his head is big like this, and he roars, and it goes right to your body, right? What I'm saying is they simulate that thicket in the zoo. You can see it. I have it on my channel. And every time I look at that, I usually look at it blasting. It's really a humbling, really a humbling thing. So what the brother is saying is true. But a lion, you have to actually see that. But it'll give you a heart attack. And the lion just ripped in pieces. That's what happens.
Yeah, because you know what? You know what? These people in the zoos, they play around the animals like they're safe. In the last days, man, the Most High is gonna let these animals loose.
Oh my
Oh,
God.
beware, guys.
Have
Be
contempt.
careful.
Hey, go on.
You know?
Be careful.
For this, gird you with sackcloth, lament and howl. For the fierce anger of the Lord is not turned back from us. And it shall come to pass in that day, saith the Lord, that the heart of the king shall perish, and the heart of the princes, and the priest shall be anointed, and the prophet shall wander. Then said I, Lord power, Surely thou hast greatly deceived this people and Jerusalem, saying, Ye shall have peace, whereas the sword reacheth unto the soul.
Isn't that
That's the reason why these spirits need to be destroyed, man.
Indecent, yeah.
Somebody get 2nd Ezra 13. Cut.
Sedition.
Good thing the Messiah's playing it was
Second Ezra, what verse? Chapter 1?
Yeah.
Okay, Second Ezra,
They're having,
chapter 13, and it says, and it came to pass after 7 days, I dreamed a dream by night, and lo, there arose a wind from the sea, that it moved all the waves thereof. And I beheld, and lo, the man waxed strong with the thousands of heaven. And when he turned his countenance to look, all the things trembled that were seen under him. And whensoever the voice went out of his mouth, all they burned that heard his voice.
Yeah, and that's the man we're talking about. That's the man we put all our faith in. All our hope, all our faith, our everything goes into that man.
That's right.
Out of every man that we could have chosen, we chose him.
That's right.
Right? Brothers who might have chosen Selassie before, or you might have chosen Buddha before. Whichever God you chosen before, you put that aside, you put your faith, all your hope into this man, the true Savior, the one and only Savior, the only man who was found worthy to open the book of the 7 seals. Only this man, right? And from the time that he was taken up until the time that he's coming back down, he got a new body, and we don't know what he's doing and how he's perfecting that body. But we know that he's coming back in perfection because listen what it's going to say. Read that part again.
So 2nd Ezra chapter 13 verse 4. And whensoever the voice went out of his mouth, all they burned.
Read up a little bit.
Okay, verse 3. Verse 3, and it says, and I beheld, and lo, the man waxed strong with the thousands of heaven.
Think of that. That means the sky is going to be pitch black with just chariots. That's all you're going to see. You're just going to see chariots. And then you're going to see one man ahead of them. And that's going to be Yahushua with the fathership.
That's right.
Go ahead.
And then it says, and when he turned his countenance to look, all the things trembled.
Think about that.
Yeah.
Think about
That's
that.
heavy.
Just think about that.
That's heavy.
Just wherever he looks, everything is just going to tremble.
That's right.
Just by the sight of him.
That's right.
Just his sight is going to make you tremble. Keep reading.
Trembled that were seen under him, and whensoever the voice went out of his mouth, all they burned that heard his voice.
What type of power is that? Do you guys know what type of power is that? Because I don't. I know I don't got it. I know Esau don't got it. I know the Russians don't got it. I seen all of Esau's weapons, and none of Esau's weapon can do that.
Hey, that guy that worked for the government on the Joe Rogan podcast.
Khan.
They're talking about the UFOs.
Khan.
One of the guys asked him how long before we get it, and he said another 1,000 years. Because he asked how can we reverse engineer it so we can understand it. He said we can't even understand it.
That's heavy, man. That's celestial technology. And it says, all the things tremble. Oh, slacky. Like as the earth faileth when it fleeth the fire. And after this I beheld, and lo, there were gathered together a multitude of men out of number from the 4 winds of heaven to subdue the man that came out of the sea. But I beheld, and lo, he had graved himself a great mountain.
I know it's saying a lot, and I'm not saying anything, but it's for a point. Keep going.
and flew up upon it. But I would have seen the region or place where out the hill was graven, and I could not. And after this I beheld, and lo, all they which were gathered together to subdue him were sore afraid, and yet does fight. And lo, as he saw the violence of the multitude that came, he neither lifted up his hand.
Read this part louder.
Okay.
This is the point.
Okay. And lo, as he saw the violence of the multitude that came.
And think about the violence. The number one technology